Alright, what's up everybody, it's Sam from Rotterdam Bet. In this video we're doing my full card predictions, picks, analysis and bets for UFC 271, ADesanya versus Whittaker. As always, I'll talk about all the picks and the bets, and then to the breakdowns. And if you wish to support the channel, stick until the end, I'll show you my Patreon. And I'll do things slightly compact here, guys. It's a giant card, so I will try to focus more on those fights that I'm betting. Those that I'm not betting, I'm just gonna quickly run through on the breakdowns. But then let me know if you guys like this approach. Okay, between Jeremiah Wells and Mike Matera, the Bloody Diamond, I'm picking Wells. The odds hasn't been released yet. I have a quite strong pick in Wells. I would bet him from something like -200. I think he's gonna dominate this fight. Israel Adesanya versus Robert Whittaker in the main event. I'm picking Adesanya but not betting. Jacob Malkoun versus AJ Dobson. Picking and betting Malkoun. Quite a good bet in my opinion. Carlos Ulberg versus Fabio Cherant. I'm picking and betting Ulberg. Also a good bet. Sergey Morozov versus Douglas Silva de Andrade. Picking Morozov but betting the Andrade. Ronnie Lawrence versus Martinez. Picking and betting Lawrence. Maxim Grishin and William Knight. Picking and betting Grishin. Andrei Arlovski versus Jared Vandeira. I'm picking Arlovski but not betting. Casey O'Neill versus Roxanne Modafferi. Picking O'Neill and betting Modafferi. Renato Moicano versus Alexander Hernandez. Picking Moicano not betting. Bobby Green versus Nasrat Haqparast. Picking Green not betting. Kyler Phillips versus Marcelo Rojo. Picking Phillips and not betting. Derrick Lewis versus Tuivasa. Picking Lewis but betting Ty. And let me fix these odds here. I was not able to find this odds. I was thinking that people would be betting more Lewis. I was able to get Ty at +160. Alex Perez versus Matt Chanel. Another one I can fix here. This one too more. That I got Perez. I got the Chanel at +300. Okay, so I said I'm picking Perez and betting Chanel, right? So let's get on to the breakdowns. If you find weird I'm picking and bet one and betting the other, you can listen to the breakdowns here. Okay, guys, so between Carlos Ulberg and Fabio Cherant, I told you guys that I think Ulberg is a good pick and a good betting here, close to a lock, if you will. He's not a lock because he's not that experienced, so that you're sort of betting on an experienced guy, expecting that he performs at his best, which is not always the best approach, but in this case, I think it's pretty safe because he's the better kickboxer of the two. He's taller, he's longer, he kicks very hard, and this guy, he relaxed in there, imposing his game plan, should dominate Cherant. Cherant's a big guy for the division, packs big power, but, he has to fight in bursts, He kind of hangs in there until he can load up and try to crack his opponent. And that's pretty much what he does, he doesn't have much, much of a game plan, an approach where he's going to put pressure on you. He's more like one powerful guy that try to pick one shot. I don't think he's going to be able to find a clean shot in Ulberg, so that's why Ulberg, to me, gonna start landing, probably going to land to the body, go to the head, and finish Cherant there. Cherant doesn't have the best chin in the world, so Carlos is a strong pick in here. I'm picking him by knockout, right? I'm parlaying him as I put 1 unit for me. Casey O'Neill versus Roxanne Modafferi. To be honest here, guys, O'Neill, she's great, she's so tenacious in there. She's young, not 24 only. She's big and strong for the division, can do a little bit of everything. She's still a little bit green, especially in the feet. She's more like, she tries to hang in there, tries to put pressure on you, but she doesn't have that much clean technique, like that sharp kickboxing. She's more like a brawler in some sense, like she tries to get inside, or when people are attacking her, she hangs in there, tries to fire back, and then takes the front foot again. It's interesting to see this matchup. Roxy, not the most athletic gifted fighter, she's said that herself many times, but she's so persistent in the gym, I was thinking that probably she's one of my favorite fighters just because she's so, tenacious in training, and she's tried to do her best. She's gonna come at her best 100%. She improves her strengths, her skills throughout the years. Arguably, she can hang in there with O'Neill. I would say Roxy can even outstrike O'Neill. There's a power difference in favor of O'Neill, so maybe O'Neill has the striking advantage just because she has more power, but Roxy, she has caught up in the technique and whatnot. Plus, Roxy is the better grappler of the two, way better BJJ. Wrestling-wise, I think Roxy has the edge still, Casey, again, she has more power. She's stronger and she's much younger, so that's definitely a factor. In terms of technique, Roxy has the edge on the wrestling, definitely on the BJJ. Now, Casey O'Neill from top, she's a nightmare. She's nasty with the ground and pound. So if she takes top position, she has the edge. But we'll see, guys, whether O'Neill gonna actually be able to fight for 3 rounds, putting pressure on Roxy. Roxy will be there. You know, she's super tough. She's very tough to finish. Even Tyler Santos couldn't finish Modafferi. I don't think O'Neill gonna be able to finish Modafferi, and I think Roxy eventually will take the front foot here. It will be very interesting to see O'Neill having to defend often, takedowns, having to scramble from her back if Roxy takes top position. I have this as Casey like 60% favorite. To me, the odds are very off in this one. I'm betting Roxy. 1 unit, I think I put there, or 1.25, because I think she has a very good chance to pull up the upset here. You know, she's gonna definitely test O'Neill. O'Neill can pass this test. Again, this girl has been forever a martial artist, excellent fighter. But I think you know, if someone can challenge her, definitely it is Roxanne Modafferi. If you're betting O'Neill, I would say that at least you have to cover that with Modafferi by decision, you know, because it's not going to be easy to finish O'Neill. Roxy can get a submission on her, but I don't think so. So Roxy by decision is by far the best bet in this fight, right? And again, if you're parlaying O'Neill and not, probably everybody think that she's a lock and etc. But to me, the best bet is by far Roxy by decision, and at least I would say that you have to cover with Roxy by decision. Okay, Jeremiah Wells versus Mike Matera. This is an easy one to predict. You know, Mike is like a kickboxer, not the best one, to be honest, guys. I know that he trains with Adesanya and whatnot, and I'm not judging the partner. I'm judging him. You know, he's a little bit somewhat off in the feet. You know, he's there to bang. You know, he obviously has the kickboxing experience, but nothing outstanding in my opinion. Jeremiah Wells, a powerhouse. The guy goes there to take your head off every single move. Very good wrestler. Nightmare from top. I think Wells comes inside, starts swinging heavily. Mateta won't break back down because he's a fighter. You know, he's gonna try to hang in there. Gonna try to put Jeremiah Wells out. It's not impossible that he does it, but most likely he's gonna get finished. You know, so Wells to me it's a strong pick. Like I said, I would bet him at minus 200, even a little bit more expensive, like minus 250. I would get Wells on some parlays. I think he's a strong pick here. Should be able to dominate this fight anywhere he wants. Okay, especially obviously if he takes to the ground. Maxim Grishin versus William Knight, another quite easy one to predict. Nightmare, a powerhouse. You know, the man is compact. He's very powerful, light heavyweight, swings heavily. Very good, not very good, but decent judo and the ground skills. But he's fighting a veteran here. Maxim Grishin probably has, 40 or even 50 fights. Just crazy, the experience gap in here. Grishin is also a very big light heavyweight. He's tall, he's long, you know. Does everything very well. Good sambo wrestler, you know. To be honest here, guys, Knight to win here, I'm going to have to find a clean shot, you know, and maybe finish him on the ground or something, because he's not going to be able to impose, you know, the rhythm on Grishin. Grishin's fairly passive in there, you know, but it's not going to be a problem in this fight because he has a massive reach and height advantage. Plus William Knight is probably going to push the pace on him, so we're going to probably see Maxim Grishin dominating this one. Quite strong pick. I think the lines opened up at minus 200. You know, where I bet, I couldn't find that line yet, but I'm very, very interested to bet at least 1.25, 1.5 units in Grishin. You know, parlaying him with other fighters. Very good bet in my opinion. Ronnie Lawrence versus Mana Martinez. Another not difficult one to predict. Lawrence gonna probably out-wrestle Martinez. Lawrence also quite dynamic on the feet. Always hopping, throwing side kicks, you know, long shots, and then he sets up the takedown, dominates from top. Mana Martinez can do a little bit of everything. A well-rounded fighter, likes to take the front foot and put pressure on guys. Throw heavy punches, heavy swings on the feet, and also not bad from top. You know, decent double leg and not bad from his back as well. But there's a difference in gapping skills here. Lawrence way better wrestler, probably gonna be able to impose his rhythm on Mana, and I think it's gonna be tough for Mana to scramble out of the positions against Lawrence. Lawrence will put that insane pace, you know. And I don't think Mana Martinez is gonna be able to do basically anything in this fight. Ronnie Lawrence, again, another strong pick for me. I'm parlaying him with other folks. I think he's gonna dominate this fight, right? Lex Paris versus Matt Chanel. Another interesting one here. Paris, quite a very tough fighter, likes to take the front foot, throw lots of calf kicks. Good everywhere, very good wrestler, you know. Uses more like wrestling control and ground and pound, right? He's fighting Chanel here. Chanel is a well-rounded fighter himself, you know, has been knocked out quite some times. He still favors brawling too much, in my opinion, you know. He should be taking a very technical approach because he's a tall, fit, lean, and long flyweight Chanel. Chanel should be, you know, trying to fight behind a jab and 1-2, you know, to leverage his frame, you know, but he doesn't. He more like he tries in the beginning, but that he starts fighting, he gets probably emotional in there, gets you know, the survival mode kicks in, he starts brawling. If he brawls against Paris, he's probably gonna get caught. But even if he brawls against Paris, I don't think Chanel is totally out of this fight. You know, like I said, Paris is a good wrestler, but Chanel is not bad. You know, I think Chanel can defend most of the takedowns, get back up, make Paris work. You know, Chanel from his back is fairly dangerous too. You know, he's a decent black belt. I think he's a black belt now, right? I remember he was a brown belt. He should be black belt now. I don't know, man. I think Chanel has a decent chance to, you know, score some rounds, especially if the fight slows down. Sorry about the noise, guys. There's a storm coming here. So I think Chanel has a decent chance, especially if this slows down, because he has the reach, you know, over Paris. If Paris cannot land the calf kicks, and I think Chanel gonna come ready for that. It's anybody's fight, guys. To me, this line is very off. You know, I got Chanel at plus 300. So an excellent bet in my opinion. He's definitely a live dog. He's a tough fighter. You know, if you like Paris, you think he's gonna dominate. Probably you believe that he's gonna land calf kicks and dominate from top, which is not impossible. You know, but I don't think Chanel gonna sleep on those calf kicks. And if he doesn't, wrestling wise, it's fairly even. You know, even though Paris has the edge there, but I think Chanel gonna come ready. This guy is hungry. He's not old. You know, they're both probably the same age, 30. They're probably 30, 31. So they're both coming forward. These two fighters, and I don't think it's Paris is not that of a strong favorite. All right. Not Carneiro, Moicano versus Alexander Hernandez. This is an interesting one. You know, Carneiro should be able to win here because of the ground game. You know, and he also, you know, uses better those kicks. You know, has very long legs, uses very good calf kicks. You know, obviously to the upper part of the leg as well. You know, not bad jab and 1-2. Hits hard. You know, good check hook, and he's the best when he's from top using his BJJ, which he showed that against Jay Herbert, right? And from top, he's a nightmare. He's fighting here Hernandez, who's a very athletic guy, you know, super fast, explosive, you know, got his flashy knockouts in the UFC, which made his name. He obviously and definitely can find a clean shot here, you know, because Moicano, he tends to hold that chin up. I don't think he has that great reflexes, you know, to handle Alexander Hernandez's speed, you know. But this will be interesting to see, and I'm not picking Hernandez or betting this just because I think it's quite tricky, you know, to bet Hernandez just believing he's gonna knock out Carneiro. Again, he can, right? But I think most likely in the first round if he does. Otherwise, also an interesting to see what's gonna happen here because Hernandez is a good wrestler, a good grappler, you know. Obviously, Carneiro is a better grappler. Hernandez, maybe on the freestyle wrestling, he's better, but given the strikes and the body lock that Carneiro can use, I think Carneiro has the edge too. So the odds to me are correct, you know, and it's very tricky to bet this one. I'm gonna pass altogether. If people bet too much Moicano here, I would like to get Hernandez maybe like plus 170, plus 180. I think it would be better to bet Hernandez at those odds, you know, or even Carneiro at the PCAM fight or something. Rather than that, I think I'm gonna just pass on this one. Very chaotic, difficult to predict. Carneiro can finish Hernandez. Hernandez can finish Carneiro. they can go to the decision. Hernandez can win a decision, by being the faster guy from the outside, scoring more. But again, tough one. I think Carneiro by decision is the safest pick, but not confident in there. Sergey Morozov versus Douglas Silva de Andrade, another interesting one. Morozov, all-around fighter, not bad sambo wrestling. And to be honest, guys, he's more like a pressure fighter. Likes to get inside there. He's at his best and he's moving forward and pushing guys against the fence and throwing, then take it to the ground, holding top position and scoring ground and pound. He's fighting the Silva here, who is not the youngest guy. He's probably 36 now or something. And but he's a very big and powerful bantamweight. He's not a small featherweight, even though he's not tall. He's 5'5", I think. But the man is a tank. Look at him if you have never seen him. Google to see how this guy looks. He's pure muscle. And he's also very skillful. Very skilled. Sorry. He has good has powerful hooks. He has good kicks. Especially to the legs. And on the grappling part, he's also very good. He doesn't use too much his grappling, but he has legit grappling skills. Very difficult to take down. He's athletic. Again, he's super strong. From top, has a good top game. Very tough to get him out of you. I think this is a pick and fight, guys. I have Sergey as a very small favorite. I think by decision, he's the safest pick, Morozov. But De Silva has more chances to finish Morozov. Plus, De Silva can win the decision, because if Morozov cannot take this to the ground, I think Douglas De Silva has the reach, even though Morozov's a little bit taller, so it's fairly even there. I think Douglas hits, not I think, Douglas hits way harder, so I'm really back and forth between the pick. I just think Morozov, because of the use and he's under the better camp and etc. I think he's a little bit hungry too. So him by decision, probably the safest pick, but definitely dog or pass, guys. I'm betting the Silva here. I got him at plus 170. He's probably plus 180, plus 190 now. Definitely dog or pass here, okay? So, if you want to bet Morozov, I would say take the decision one because it's going to be very difficult to finish Douglas there. Jacob Malkoun versus AJ Dobson, another interesting one. I'm really surprised by the odds here. I think Malkoun should be a strong favorite, right? He proved himself against some very long thunder here. Proved himself against talking about Thunder, the Judo Thunder. What's the name of the guy again? Abdul Razak Al Hassan. He can do a little bit of everything. Not the most impressive fighter, Jacob Malkoun, but a pretty decent striking, tough guy, decent wrestling, fairly experienced. And he's fighting EJ Dobson, who is tall, big, and long, and explosive fighter. But he's quite green. EJ Dobson reminds me a little bit of Al Hassan in there. Not so much one-dimensional, but I haven't seen much, from Dobson. So to me, I'm gambling a little bit more than I usually do here. I mean, by gambling, I mean by not knowing, not having much analysis done on Dobson because there's not much footage, right? I still think Malkoun gonna be able to avoid the big shots, take it to the ground, and basically do whatever he wants in this fight. He's a quite strong pick for me, right? He's at plus 130. I'm just not betting him even more just because he's not the most impressive guy, and to me, he still has to prove himself a little bit. Plus Dobson is so tall and long and could bring something different here. So I'm quite concerned with that. But rather than that, Malkoun all day, guys, he should be able to dominate this fight. Arlovsky versus Vandera. An interesting matchup, to be honest, here. Arlovsky, I don't see much. Actually, I think both of them are here for the paycheck, to be honest, Let me just give me a second here. Let me fix this one. So Arlovsky to me would be a 60% favorite. Just give me a second here. And Vandera has 40% chances to win this fight. So the thing is that Vandera, he's more of a big guy in there, who's trying to develop his style, using his size to his advantage. Obviously, he's a big dude, and but doesn't have much technique anywhere. In the striking part, he's trying to improve. Don't get me wrong, he's doing well, but I don't think he's still at the level of Arlovsky. For example, Arlovsky, not the most impressive guy, basic 1-2 fighter with a leg kick and a clinch, that he rarely uses. But the massive experience is on Andre's side. Vandera to win here, he has to find a clean shot and probably finish Andre or like put a strong pressure, consistent pressure, which is not impossible. I'd like to see Vandera doing that, but it's not much his style. He doesn't have much technique to do that as of now. So I think Arlovsky should be able to win this one. Still, if you like Vandera here, I would bet Vandera by decision, maybe from something like plus 350, because it's not impossible that they go that Vandera wins this decision, right? But rather than that, this is Andrei Arlovsky fight to win. Okay, sorry I was update this, but I think you guys got the point, right? So it's most likely Arlovsky just using his experience, scoring more shots. Vandera sort of not able to find a clean shot in there, losing a boring decision. So I think Andrei wins that, but I'm not betting. Bobby Green, Nasrat Haqparast, another interesting one. Green is reviving his career now. At some point, he was being overlooked. Now the guy proved himself, even finished Al his last fight. The man has legit toughness, one of the toughest fighters in there. Likes to put pressure on your face, can do a little bit of everything, talk trash, throw heavy shots. He doesn't pack that much power, but he throws heavy. He can land clean. He takes it to the ground. He's a good wrestler, very good grappler. Very overlooked. His grappling, super tough to finish. This guy, Nasrat Haqparast, a young fighter from Afghanistan, probably not training full time in Montreal. There in it's Faraz Zahabi there, the camp in there. So this guy has legit boxing skill. Nasrat, hits fairly hard. I agree with Green being the favorite, but man, it's quite tough to bet this one because Green, even though he's tough and aggressive and all that great stuff, I think Nasrat has a decent chance to find cleaner shots in this one. Stuff the takedowns. Nasrat is very difficult to take down, hold down. I also think Nasrat's gonna come very hungry in this fight. He got finished his last one. I don't think that's gonna affect him much. I think this guy is tough enough to come back, and he has that warrior mentality. So I think it's dog or pass, guys. Even though the odds are very correct, in my opinion. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit. I hope that people keep betting Green because I'd like to bet Nasrat here as an underdog for something like plus 180, right? Especially Nasrat by decision, guys. Bobby Green is near. It's very difficult to finish this guy. I don't think Nasrat can finish Green. Even Nasrat having good power, I don't think he has enough power to finish Green with one single shot. And Green, he gets hit, he clinches. The man is smart. So Nasrat, sorry again with this story here. So Nasrat, by decision, probably the best bet in here. Okay. Carly Phillips versus Marcelo Rojo. Another interesting one. Not gonna go too far in here, guys. I'm feeling already tired because this video became becoming a little bit long. So Kyler Phillips, the more all-round fighter, very dynamic on the feet, likes to lunge in, throw big hooks and spinning stuff, elbows and kicks. Very good ground game, power double leg. Excellent grappling skills. Marcelo Rojo, pressure fighter, moves on, likes to throw big shots on the feet. Not bad clinch game, decent wrestling, but the wrestling is not at the same level here. The grappling is definitely not at the same level. The striking, arguably, Rojo is a little bit more effective, and even though, given everything, I'm still favoring Phillips here. I think it's a tough one for Rojo, but I don't want to parlay Phillips here. I think he's fairly inexperienced still, and he's fighting a tough fighter, a veteran, and I don't want to to lose here with Phillips like in a split decision, something, right? Maybe Rojo by decision, guys, if the price is right, something like plus 500. Right, rather than that, I'm just passing this one. Derrick Lewis versus Tuivasa. Well, this is easy to break down. Probably everybody knows about Lewis. Big power, waits until his time comes and cracks everybody and puts everybody out with those big fist that he has. Also athletic guy, deceptively fast. Tuivasa, actually another not he looks even less athletic than Lewis does, but not a guy to overlook, from an athletic standpoint. Tuivasa also, good leg kicks, hits hard on the feet, likes to put pressure on you. He uses his use to his advantage. He has been KO'd before, but I don't think he's afraid. I think this is gonna be a fight, gonna be a war. I'm curious to see whether Lewis gonna actually be able to find the shot again. He should be, because Lewis, when he has the range, it's nearly impossible to win against him. If he's not fighting wrestlers or guys that are taller, longer, more technical than him, he puts the guys out. Ty is not taller, neither longer, neither more technical than Lewis, so he should be able to put Ty out. But I'm curious, guys. I don't know. I don't trust much Derrick Lewis, as much as people like him. I think he's an inconsistent guy. Obviously the power is there, but to me it's a pick 'em. Basically, I think Lewis has more chance for the knockout. That's why he's the favorite. I agree. But Tuivasa, man, I think plus 160. It's definitely dog or pass, right? So if you're betting Lewis by knockout, I don't blame you. Maybe I think everybody gonna be betting Lewis by knockout, right? I think the line's gonna be very expensive, so I don't know. I would probably, I don't think there's much value betting Lewis by knockout, but still, he's probably gonna do that again and shut my mouth again as he always does. But again, I'm picking Tuivasa here. I think Tuivasa has chance for the knockout and more chances for the decision. Okay. Jared Cannonier versus Derrick Brunson, another interesting one. Brunson, known for shutting down prospects. He Cannonier is arguably a prospect, even though they are exactly the same age. Or no, Cannonier is 1 year younger, I think. So we'll see, guys. Cannonier, man, the man is a powerhouse in the middleweight division. Super long, hits hard, very athletic, developed well that takedown defense, right? Still, guys, Brunson, this guy wrestling, it's still top notch. The guy finds that double leg, and it's very difficult to get out from. The man is big, he has very large bones, so he has this natural size. Brunson has, plus he packs power on the left hand because he's a southpaw, right? I don't know, man. I think it's a quite tricky one. I think Jared should be the favorite here. He finds he's more consistent on the feet. Brunson is slowing down a little bit, he's getting hit a little bit more than he did in the past, right? Plus, if he doesn't control Cannonier, like for the full round, which is not going to be easy, by the way. Cannonier is super strong and excellent takedown defense, an athletic guy. I think Brunson gonna get knocked out, but again, Brunson can stay on the outside, wait for the double leg, and possibly hold Cannonier down. We'll see what happens. I think Jared way more chances on this fight, but I don't think it's worth to bet anybody here at these odds. ADesanya versus Robbie Whittaker in the main event. Another excellent fight, guys. Man, everybody knows about ADesanya, right? That super tall and long fighter, excellent kickboxing, super technical. Developed his takedown defense throughout the years. Now escaping a little bit better from the bottom as well, right? Basically uses this his massive size and the technique on the feet to dominate the fights. Rob Whittaker, an excellent, well-rounded fighter. The guy is super tough in there. Does a little bit of everything. He tends to leap in there, trying to throw those powerful hooks. He's the best when he has the range, or at least the range is fairly even. He has a massive height and reach disadvantage here, which cost him the first fight. He's saying that he's gonna adapt. I am very curious to see, because I find Robert Whittaker very adaptable. He has a decent wrestling game. He's an excellent grappler. He's a tough fighter. I said that already, but I mean, again, the man is compact. He's like a a pit bull or something. The man is competent, powerful, and strong. Not that powerful, but very strong. I think Rob Whittaker has decent chances to win this fight, especially by decision, guys. Adesanya finished him on the first round. was fairly even, guys. I think Adesanya won that round, but this was not that far. You could make an argument for Whittaker, and I think Whittaker gonna be. I don't know. He's gonna try something different here, guys. I think he's gonna probably try to use more grappling here, or gonna somehow try to pick some tendencies on Adesanya and finds like a clean shot and then take it to the ground, something like that. I don't know, man. I don't trust betting Adesanya here at the minus 300, minus 350. I think he's still the favorite here, guys. I think he's a 60% favorite. I just forgot to fix this one. So Whittaker 40%, yes, and easy goal 60% in my calculation. So to me, it makes sense to bet Whittaker. Right, I'm still thinking about it. Probably just gonna bet Whittaker by decision. Probably gonna be able to find him by decision like plus 450, something like this, which is excellent in my opinion. I would bet him by decision from plus 350. This is probably going the distance, guys. I don't think there's any gonna finish Robert in this fight. So definitely, fight goes the distance is an interesting bet in my opinion. But rather than that, I think I'll be just going with Whittaker by decision. Okay? So guys, this will do for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you please like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you should support the channel on Patreon, keep it running. I have 2 tier for you guys. $10 is you can show your appreciation for the channel. I try to release early and make some exclusive content on Patreon, like after the weightings, how do I feel like? I put some particular thoughts that I have. I made some on Bellator, right after saw the weightings. Some thoughts I put on Rojo and Whittaker, some stuff on LFA. So I put some stuff here that I saw that. Some bets that I saw, Bader, I said him by decision, he cashed. Henderson by decision, he cashed it as well. I missed Aiden Lee, but I also said about Homasi as a live dog, So some stuff I put exclusively on Patreon, so for $10, you guys can show your appreciation to the channel. And where's my page again? And for $50, you guys have line by line all the picks and the bets that I have, right? So if you trust me from previous times, you can just basically see everything that I'm doing. Okay, guys, the last thunder for me to go. I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you for watching, and it's time for the bet. Bring the best, most consistent, and transparent betting strategy for you.